Pushing Daisies is a cozy detective romance mystery show that ran for 2 seasons between 2007 and 2009, with season 3 currently being in development during the making of this video. It's about Ned, a pie maker with the ability to bring the dead back to life by touching them once, and returning them to death for good by touching them once more. And if he leaves something alive for more than a minute, something else nearby has to die instead. With this power, he helps Detective Emerson Cod solve murders, together with his childhood crush Chuck, whom he brought to life after her murder and can subsequently never touch again. It's a really clever setup, and the show itself is visually stunning, like a fairy tale directed by someone who mainlined Wes Anderson and Golden Era Tim Burton.
The facts were these.
At this point in the story, Chuck, whose real name is Charlotte Charles, has been living in secret, because as far as the world knows, she's dead. Her father, Charles Charles, died when Ned and Chuck were kids after Ned tried to bring his mother back to life before he fully understood his powers. He admits this to Chuck towards the end of season 1, but although Chuck asks him to bring him back so that she can talk to him again, Ned feels this would be too traumatic to everyone, and refuses. Then in season 2, we are introduced to Dwight Dixon, who knew both Chuck and Ned's fathers. The 3 men served as UN peacekeepers together in Egypt, and each of them carried an engraved golden pocket watch, which he claims they all had a pact that the last surviving member of the trio would collect the pocket watches and return them to Egypt. But this is clearly just a ploy to get information out of the other men's loved ones, as Chuck's father died 20 years before this, and there is nothing to indicate that Ned's dad is dead, and he is indeed alive, having abandoned Ned at a boarding school after his mother died, going on to start a new family, and having 2 new twin boys, before abandoning them as well. It is theorized that the gold used to forge the watches might have come from gold the 3 robbed from Egyptian tombs. Some people believe this is where Ned's abilities came from, possibly inherited by his father being cursed by the stolen gold.
How am I talking right now and not dead?
Magic?
It's a family trait! Must have gotten that from your father!
If the show had not been cancelled in 2009, season 3 would most certainly have involved the pocket watches in some way, and I think it would have ended with the watches finally being returned to their rightful place, possibly after Ned talks to a mummified ancient Egyptian, ending the series with the curse broken and the 2 lovers finally being able to kiss. After having no luck with Ned, Dwight seeks out Chuck's aunts Lily and Vivian. Lily is actually Chuck's mother and had Chuck at a convent without Vivian knowing, because Vivian was engaged to Chuck's father when he had an affair with Lily. Chuck grew up with her father thinking that Lily was her aunt, and only recently learned the truth after Lily revealed it to Chuck's new best friend Olive, who believed Chuck had simply faked her death, while Lily was overdosed on a homeopathic antidepressants-laced pie. Dwight, who knows the truth about Lily's relationship with Chuck's father, attempts to get information about his pocket watch out of the 2 sisters, by charming Vivian and simultaneously threatening Lily with revealing what he knows. After learning Charles's watch was buried with Chuck, Dwight digs up Chuck's grave at night, but is shocked to find an empty coffin. While on a date with Vivian, she shows Dwight a newspaper clipping of Chuck's obituary. He recognizes her face from his visit to the pie hole and believes she must have faked her death. Armed with this knowledge, Dwight tracks down Chuck's apartment, breaks in and steals Charles's gold pocket watch before going down to the pie hole. Here he leaves the newspaper clipping as a warning to not try to come after him to reclaim the watch, as he believes he knows Chuck's secret. After visiting Chuck's grave, Lily realizes Dwight must have been grave robbing. Because Dwight is actively courting an incredibly smitten Vivian, Lily sneaks into his hotel room to find proof and expose him to protect her sister from getting hurt, when she finds a literal arsenal of automatic weapons, and steals both the pocket watches, Charles's watch and Dwight's own watch. When Dwight unexpectedly returns to the hotel, Lily hides out on the window ledge, and Dwight, assuming that the watch had been stolen back by Chuck and her friends, goes after them. When Chuck and Ned learns that Dwight has figured out who Chuck is and is threatening them, Ned decides that it is necessary to ask for advice from the only person who truly knows Dwight, Chuck's dead father.
Hello. Is Dwight Dixon a dangerous man?
Oh, yeah.
Dwight stole your pocket watch and left a veiled threat about exposing a very big secret.
Well, if he's got the watch, you got nothing to worry about. The threat's his insurance policy.
Good to know. You're up.
The pie maker's gift of life lasted for 1 precious minute only. A minute he eagerly shared with the Chuck of his life, to give her but half a minute to catch up on a lifetime with a father long lost.
Chuck secretly puts a glove on her father's hand and instructs him to play dead when Ned touches him. Dwight, who was in the process of ambushing them, falls dead as a result of Chuck's father living past the 1 minute mark. Lily, having waited all night for him in his hotel room, leaves Dwight a note instructing him to meet her at the cemetery, not knowing he is already there, dead. Knowing how Ned's powers work, Chuck now realizes that her actions must have killed someone, and contacts Detective Emerson Cod to help her find out who had to die. The two of them find Dwight's body, realizes what happened, and buries Dwight in Chuck's father's grave. Ned learns that Charles is still alive. Charles believes it is unsafe for Chuck to be around a man that can so easily kill them both by accidentally touching them, and wants her to leave with him to travel the world. When Chuck refuses to leave the pie maker, Charles steals Ned's car and runs away. And this is where the Norwegian episode of Pushing Daisies begins. Vivian shows up at Emerson's office asking him to find Dwight Dixon, who she thinks has just disappeared. Emerson, who absolutely cannot have anyone finding that body, tries to talk her out of it.
Dwight ain't missing. He's barking up somebody else's tree.
Which is completely ineffective. Vivian doesn't buy it, and instead she hires the only investigators she can find who are better than Emerson Cod, the Norwegians.
Were an investigative trio without equal, until their beloved homeland ranked an astonishing 37th in the world of homicides. They abandoned their motherland only to find themselves consistently trumped by Cod, Emerson Cod.
The leader of the Norwegian detective trio is Magnus Olsdatter, played by Orlando Jones, who later went on to do a magnificent performance of Anansi on American Gods, where Olive's actress also appeared as an Easter goddess. I remember seeing some online comments with some racist undertones about the casting at the time, which seemed strange to me, as even back in 2008 it wasn't exactly impossible to find a Norwegian black man. In any case, the Norwegian detective trio was supposed to be an absurd, direct mirror image of the show's main trio. Magnus Olsdatter was explicitly written to be the parallel counterpart to Emerson Cod, played by black actor Chai McBride. The other two Norwegian detectives mirrored Ned and Chuck. Niels Nilsen, played by Michael Weaver, a Canadian, and Hedda Lillehammer, played by Ivana Majlikovic, who is Bosnian. So none of these characters are played by Norwegians, or even Scandinavians, and their accents are really weird.
We began to suspect that you knew something about his disappearance that you were not telling.
That sounds like no Norwegian accent I ever heard before, and I have a rather heavy one myself. The billboard the Norwegians used to advertise their services features the phrase "Scooba-Doo" as a reference to Scooby-Doo, which the billboard claims means "do you hustle?" But it actually just means "push you" or "do you shove" in broken Norwegian.
We have copies of Dixon's credit card statement. He was a frequent eater at this very eatery.
Establishing a reasonable link.
Not reasonable, unreasonable, purely circumstantial. And a little rude.
I'm not rude, I'm just a Norwegian.
Don't talk to me.
I love that all the Norwegian detectives wear matching uniforms with the Norwegian flag on them. They travel in an RV mobile crime lab they call Mother. That says MILF on it, which stands for Mobile Investigation Laboratory Facility. Ned, Chuck, and Emerson are all extremely worried about this.
We are in a crisis, people. We need to shut down these Norwegians pronto mundo. We need to cut these Norse fools off at the source.
The trio decide to send Olive Snook to Vivian to try to get her to call off the Norwegian detectives. Olive has become increasingly frustrated with not being let in on the group's secrets, but goes along with helping them.
I don't know if Vivian's told you, but she's hired a team of Norwegian PIs to find them.
Who are these Norwegians?
In their home country, they're the most decorated figure since Thor Bjorklund, inventor of the handheld cheese slicer.
Chuck's aunts are big cheese nuts, so it makes sense that they would know who Thor Bjorklund was. I've made a few videos about Norwegian cheese not that long ago where he comes up, so it was a surprise to see him show up here as well.
Lily's sudden spike in body temperature stemmed not from hearing Thor Bjorklund's name, but from the fear that the Norwegians would discover a trail of evidence leading them to Lily herself.
Call off the Norwegians.
I'm tired of being a pushover. I deserve the truth, and I don't need anyone to protect me from it.
Yes, you do.
Why?
I can't tell you.
This gives me pause.
A manicure might help.
You deserve to have those answers. And if you want to enlist a crack team of PIs from the land of Norwegia, you go, girl, because maybe then you'll finally get the respect, trust, and honesty you deserve from your so-called best friends.
And with that, Olive decides to seek out the Norwegians for herself.
Emerson Cod hoped that any evidence the Norwegians gathered from Dwight Dixon's motel room was of no significance at all.
That's Lily's handwriting.
I love the little Norwegian flags they put on every one of the evidence markers. Vivian confronts Lily with the evidence that she was going to meet up with Dwight.
I can't protect you from the Norwegians if you don't tell me the truth.
Protect me? What?
Lily finally reveals to Vivian what she thinks she found out about him digging up Chuck's body, which crushes her.
I don't get any satisfaction from seeing you hurt.
Now, I really don't believe you.
Emerson stakes out the Norwegians when he makes a dreadful discovery.
I can't believe you guys think my former friends are up to no good too.
Oh, hell no.
Olive claims that she wants to team up with the Norwegians to expose her friend's secrets. And the Norwegians reveal that they have DNA tested the hair they stole from her earlier.
Ow! I'm not...
You're of good, strong, shapely Norwegian stock.
You too. Which goes without saying since you're so obviously from the land of Norwegia.
Skål!
Cool. So, what do you think happened to Dwight Dixon?
He appears to have vanished.
And how he vanished probably wasn't pretty like you. He had enough weapons in his room to arm the Norwegian militia.
The Norwegians have discovered that Dwight dug up the graves of Chuck and her father, and have received exhumation rights to dig up their corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Olive's a Norwegian.
Maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome.
Olive betrayed us because we can't let her in, and we can't let her in because of my magic finger. Somehow or other, it always comes back to my magic finger.
When they open them up, they're gonna find hers empty and Dwight's dead ass in the other one.
Emerson Cod's prediction was only half right. Both coffins were empty.
He's supposed to be full of Dwight Dixon. Oh God, we buried him alive.
Ain't nobody buried alive. Somebody moved the body.
Emerson, your DNA's all over the grave.
You're gonna look guilty.
I am guilty. I brought you into my PI organization. It was my job to keep you in line, and I didn't. So if anybody deserved to face the Norwegian firing squad, it's me.
You're gonna tell the Norwegians everything you know.
Let me tell you everything I know.
Emerson distracts the Norwegians with inane chit-chat, while Ned goes to steal the Norwegians' mother, containing both coffins, presumably containing DNA that would link the trio to the case.
You!
Olive reveals that she has been working undercover to stop the Norwegians, so Olive and Ned steal the RV together.
Where's Mother going?
Looks like you're about to become orphans.
Olive starts getting let in a little more on the gang's many secrets while they drive away in Mother, and finds out that Chuck's father is still alive, before Ned drives the RV off a cliff. Barely escaping and hanging from a cliff, the two are rescued by a mysterious masked stranger.
He knew your name? We think our masked man was your pops.
Emerson invites Vivian to his office to explain and apologize for his previous harsh treatment of her.
There's a time for callous braggadocio and a time for sensitivity. To the Norwegians, that time is never.
I suppose it's a holdover from their Viking ancestry.
When the Norwegians exhumed the body of your niece and her father, their coffins were empty.
What?
The Charlotte that you knew wasn't in that box. Whatever was taken from that grave, that wasn't your niece.
Thank you.
But although their mother has been defeated, the Norwegians are still a threat.
I see you're back to playing for the other team.
Hello, Hedda. You're looking lovely tonight.
You killed our mother!
I was mother-jacked.
Can you identify the perpetrators?
Yeah, just their fists as they pummeled my eyes. Then they beat me with a blue and yellow sock as they got high on ABBA and tiny little meatballs.
Please. There's activity on Dixon's credit card. He just checked back into the Come and Sleep Hotel.
Oh, yes, he's alive. It's good, huh? Right?
Yeah, that's something.
Discovering Dwight's corpse back in his hotel room, the Norwegians start investigating. But whoever planted Dwight's body there made it look like he died of natural causes and planted fuel to make it seem like he burned Chuck and her father after he robbed their graves.
In the end, all the evidence pointed to Dwight acting and dying alone, with nobody else responsible. Because that's what they were supposed to find.
And with that, the Norwegians leave the series, never to be seen from again. But there is one more lingering thread to be dealt with. It wasn't Chuck's father that moved Dwight's body. It was Ned's father. There were a lot of fun moments with the Norwegians in the episode that I had to cut for time, because they were more character focused and had little to do with them being Norwegian. So I recommend watching the full episode for that. If you've come this far, I assume you must have enjoyed the video, so please give it a like. And you can expect more videos like this in the future, so subscribe if you want to see that. Thanks for watching.